I was like, hey, God, oh, Jesus, I thank you. Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Showmi and this is Showmi O'Clock. To all my returning subscribers, I say thank you very much for your support on my previous videos. You mean so much to me. Thank you so much for the comments, for the likes, for the shares. Thank you so much. And if you are coming across this channel for the first time, welcome to this channel, and please do well to like, subscribe and share our content. On this channel we're going to be talking about everything related to lifestyle, living in the UK, career, God, faith, relationship, yes, relationship, and trending topics, just in case there are any trends. So make sure we catch up on that, just to make this community very interesting. This video is an introduction to my new series, which is migrating to the UK as a midwife. Due to popular demand, a lot of people have been asking me a lot of questions on how did I migrate to the UK as a registered midwife. And in this series I'm going to be answering most of your questions. So if you have any question concerning migrating to the UK as a registered midwife, please pop that into the comment section below. But on this video I'm just going to be telling you about my story on how I migrated to the UK as a midwife. So this video is to encourage you, to give hope, to give light to registered midwives that are in Africa or international midwives that are trying to migrate to the UK, just to let you know that it is happening. We are migrating. We might not be blowing our own trumpets, but it's definitely happening. So how did I migrate to the UK as a registered midwife? To start with, a lot of people ask me, do I need additional qualifications to migrate to the UK as a registered midwife? And the answer is no. While I was trying to migrate, the only academic qualification I had as at then was registered midwifery, which means that I only studied registered midwifery for 3 years, and that was the only certificate that I have as at then. In other videos in this upcoming series, we're going to be talking about what you need, the documents you're going to be needing, the processes, the challenges you might be facing, and encouragement, and also to answer every other questions that people might pop up at the end of the day. So how did I start my process? When I started my process, I had never seen any registered midwife migrate successfully to the UK, and I was the only one that I knew. Every other person I was talking to were either nurses or RM, that is, they have their registered nurse certificate and their registered midwifery certificate and are planning to migrate to the UK as a registered nurse. But as a registered midwife, which was the only qualification I had, I was so confused. A lot of information then were actually discouraging, because that was the information people had as at then when I started in 2019. So when I started, I went ahead to check the official website of NMC, which is the Nursing and Midwifery Council UK. I read all their requirements. I read everything line by line to make sure I get the exact information that they have, and the requirement, the qualifications, everything, every information that I was able to come across. I made sure I read them very well. And what encouraged me was that I was always seeing registered nurse/midwife, registered nurse/midwife. So I said to myself, let me give myself 2 years to invest in this migrating process. And if it doesn't work out, then I'm going to go further to my plan B, which was to do my BSc. But in my mind, I didn't want to do my BSc in Nigeria, because I didn't have the strength to use 4 years to study again in Nigeria. Like me, I'm a baby girl now. I like life. I like to enjoy. I would not be stressing myself for 4 years under 50k salary. You know, it's so stressful. Like, people that are doing it, I doff cap for you, but for me, it wasn't going to work. I already saw the projection that it was not going to work. So I needed to work on my plan A very well, just to make sure it comes out right. So I started with my IELTS preparation. When I was preparing for my IELTS, every other person I knew were registered nurses. In fact, when I tell them that I'm a registered midwife, they're like, do you have your RN? I'm like, no, I don't have my RN. They'll tell me, hey, are you sure this process is going to work? They've never seen, they've never heard, blah 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 blah. A lot of videos that I saw even on YouTube were very discouraging. Then I remember I would cry, I'll call my sister, this is what they said, or this is what I heard. My sister would just say, but you read this on the website now, just calm down, just continue. My fiance too was just say, don't worry, it's all going to be sorted, let's pray, let's continue to read. So I started my exam. I passed my IELTS exam. When I passed it, I was like, okay, when next to go? It was to prepare for my CBT exam. As at then, I did not even know that there was a separate CBT for midwives. And I was added to a group. Okay, I knew, but I didn't know where to get the materials from. So I was added to a group, which was a group for registered nurses. Then I started looking, like, everything was almost strange to me. I'm like, this is not what they taught me in school now. The little nursing information that I had, I was able to do it, but people say this CBT is simple now, but it looks very hard to me, and that's because I only did registered midwifery, and our curriculum is very, very different. But the day I met a breakthrough was the day someone on the CBT group mentioned that, please, if anyone has the CBT materials, please send a message, or I need CBT materials for midwife. And I was like, this is a midwife. I ran to her DM. God bless her. Her name is Shulamite. You might have seen her feature in some of the new YouTube videos concerning migrating to the UK as a midwife on different channels. So immediately I went to her. I was like, please, I'm a registered midwife. Just in case you see any material, please just let me know. Please help my life. And she was like, okay, there's this support group that we have for midwives. I'm going to add you to the group. And she added me to the group. Guys, guess what? Materials, a lot of materials, nice guidelines, even Mouse's book was there. A lot of things were on the group. I was like, hey God, oh Jesus, I thank you. I was like, this is a breakthrough. I made sure I read all the materials. Like me, I'm a reading person. So far it concerns my progression, I will read it. I took my time. I studied all the materials. I studied all the past questions, and I prepared for my CBT. Lo and behold, the day I was going to write my CBT, man, it was 4 hours. It was for 4 hours. Do you know what happened? I finished my exams within 30 minutes. I'm like, when I got to the end of the question, because I was flagging some questions that I didn't know, but when I got to the end of the whole question, he said, okay, that's all. I'm like, really? Is this the exam? That was the simplest exam of my life, of my entire life. Like, since the day I've been in primary school and I've been writing an exam, that was the most simplest exam of my life. This is my own personal story. I know the system has changed now, and people might be finding it difficult to pass their CBT. We would also talk about this in future videos. So like I was saying, when I wrote the exam, I got out. In fact, I was supposed to, there was a party we were supposed to attend, but I thought that they would have finished the party, or I was going to take time with the exam. Immediately I got out like this, I just called babe, come and carry me to party. In fact, I went to a party and enjoyed. I think I have a video that I did before I wrote the exam. Maybe I'm just going to attach the video to this. I'm going to attach the video to this clip. I'm going to attach the clip to this video, so you all can see how I was before I went to the exam. Anyways, when I passed my CBT exam, I started applying, and mind you, I have some relatives in the
Hello guys, it's me Mary. I'm writing an exam today and I'm nervous. I have to do this video to keep, and I'll post it when I pass.
My process while trying to migrate, because they were very interested. Okay, let's get you here, they wanted me to be here. So when I started applying, I applied for a month and I wasn't getting any response. Mind you, people apply for more than a month. Like, people keep applying. You need to, as a midwife, even in all people that I know, even for registered nurses or registered midwife, you need to apply to several organizations before you get before you get a response or something, because most of them, the date from their interview is actually far away from the date of application. So you need to apply and they are going to respond to you like later on. So when I applied for 1 month and interviews were not forthcoming, they called me and they asked me that, what's up, what's the next step in case you don't get the job, what are we going to do? I said the only alternative is for me to come to the UK to write my OSCE exam. And they were like, okay, since that one is a sure path, instead of waiting for employment, why don't you just come to the UK and do your exams? We are ready to sponsor you. My dear, I saw sponsors though. That's how they paid for my exam, and they supported me, and my family, my dad, my mom, everybody was so supportive. And I was able to get the money for my flight, for my visa. I was working too, so everybody just contributed that this is it. Okay, just come for your exam. I came to the UK. Within a month, I wrote my OSCE exam. After passing my OSCE exam, it took a while for my pain to come out, because it was during the COVID-19 pandemic and a lot of them were working from home. So by the time I kept calling them, they were like, okay, there's a mistake somewhere, my pain should have arrived at, and that was what delayed my pain for about 1 month. I know I got an interview, but that was for a band 6 role, which I knew after the interview, because the CTG question that I answered, we are not used to CTG in Nigeria, so it was off the point. And I thank God I wasn't given that role, because if I had passed it, because I was cramming the CTG interpretation, if I had crammed it then and I was given the role, I might have found it difficult to cope later in future. But now, after I got my PIN, my first application, my first interview was when I got my job. Immediately I got my job, I was in contact with the HR. They prepared on how I was going to migrate to the UK, and they told me I had to come back to Nigeria so that they could process my tier 2 visa, because the visa I used to come to the UK to write my OSCE exam could not be extended. So I came to Nigeria. I came to Nigeria. They gave me my COS and they sponsored my flight for me to come back to the UK. And yeah, I am. I've been working in the UK as a registered midwife. In fact, I was employed as a band 5 midwife, and I started from day 1 because I already had my PIN as a band 5 midwife. This is different from when they are sponsoring you from overseas, because you have to come into the country and write your OSCE exam. Most trusts will just employ you on band 3 or band 2, depending on, or band 4, depending on what the contract states. So that was my story on how I became a registered midwife in the UK. I hope my story inspires someone today. And if you have any questions concerning migrating to the UK, please make sure you drop your question in the comment section below. Also, I'm going to be dropping videos about the whole process on how to migrate, the full process on how to migrate to the UK as a registered midwife, how to apply for jobs, how to get jobs, your supporting information, and every other thing that you need. Please do well to like, do well to subscribe, do well to comment on my video. Till we meet again next time. Bye for now. Thank you.